available to you. You can get these other databases. Some of them, for instance, these down here, SPSS, JMP, text files, CSV files. I don't see it there, but I see it here. Those you can all get to using Access PC file formats. And then we have specific access licenses to things like Oracle and DB2 and Teradata and SQL Server. Hopefully I didn't make that more confusing for you. Hopefully that was less confusing. Right, let me know if you have questions about that. All right, opening data into SaaS Enterprise Guide. Okay, what I'm doing here is I'm simply specifying that I have data out there. I want to view it. I want to scroll through it and look at it in Enterprise Guide. Now when I do that, it's going to add that table to the project. All right? If I want to do some analysis on that data, I can use a task or a wizard. This happens to be a wizard. I know it's a wizard because it's got a next button down here, and it tells me I'm in screen 1 of 3 up here. Wizards typically don't have a lot of options. This one is the characterized, this is the characterized data wizard. Really simple. It's kind of powerful, but it's really simple. This is going to give me analysis on every column in the table. Sometimes it'll give me analysis on columns I don't even care about. All right, but if you're not really that familiar with your data, this is a good task to run, or a good wizard to run. All right? And so we'll go through all the screens on this, and then eventually what I'll end up, well, we don't show you the results yet, but eventually what I'll end up getting is a table and a bar chart for each column in the table. Now, an alternative to that is to use this thing called the Data Explorer, data exploration. What this allows me to do is interactively pick and choose which columns I want to do some type of analysis on. So I can say, well, you know, I'm interested in customer gender. I want to see what that's all about. I'm interested in, that's all we showed there, but, you know, maybe I'm interested in customer age group. Maybe I'm interested in quantity. And so I can kind of pick and choose which columns I want to hone in on. So it's more of an ad hoc query as opposed to this wizard, which just does a blanket, I'm going to analyze every column. Okay? So here, we're kind of zooming in on this Data Explorer, so I can select the columns I want to use. I can filter the data ahead of time. I can sort the data ahead of time. And I can do that all from the Explorer. Again, kind of a ad hoc way. And anything I do here doesn't necessarily get added to the project. It allows me to go in and look at my data before I actually start building the project. All right, it allows me to view the data. I can view the data in Data Explorer. It allows me to build multiple views. I might have a filter that filters by 2009. I might have another filter that filters by 2010. You know, I might have multiple, so I have kind of multiple views of the data. All right, and so when I specify the columns, I simply select the columns that I want to output or want to have displayed. When I select the filter condition, I just do this in an interactive way, and we'll go through this. All right, and if we don't actually do any sorting, but if I wanted to sort the data, I could specify the sort in which columns, or which column or columns that I want to sort on, and whether I want to do the sorting in ascending or descending. All right, and then there's a query builder, and the query builder allows me to, I'm not sure I would call this a task or a wizard, it's just a query builder interface. And what the query builder allows me to do is build a simple or a complex query against a table. All right? And you'll see there's a join tables up here, so it can be one or more tables. We're only going to do one table, but you can use it to join tables as well. All right? So in our workshop scenario, I'm going to do the data characterization, then I'm going to do the data exploration, then I'm going to create multiple views in that data exploration. And I'm not the only one that's going to be doing it. You're going to be doing it too. All right, so you get to learn how to do all this stuff. Okay, so that should be. Okay, that should be a workshop. Yes? Page 2-11, I think that's where we are. All right, so I'm going to follow, I'm going to go through the workshop step by step, starting on page 2-11. And you are welcome to follow along. You're going to need to be on the server with black background. Everybody there?
Can you explain that again? How do you get to the server?
Sure. Let me just take a look. I already have one. And then, okay. You don't have to. This one. Actually, this one's ready to go if you just want to makes it a little easier. So yeah, if you just want to. Thanks. Yep. Everybody else okay? All right. All right, let me turn off that phone. It's bad when my phone rings. It's bad when your phone rings too, but it's even worse when mine rings, and that has happened to me before. All right. So what I'm going to do is on page 2-11, I'd like everybody to go to that start button down where everybody knows where it is, right? And I'm going to start Enterprise Guide 5.1. So click on that. And that seemed a little faster to me, but I guess we'll see. All right. I want to create a new project. So right in the middle there is new project. You click on that. And what I want to do is go down here to SAS folders on the lower left. Make sure that the second SAS folders icon is selected. And this shows me all of my server data. All right, so Mark, all we did was we went to this on this server, right on the black background. All we did was go to Start, and we selected Enterprise Guide, and we picked New Project. All right, and then from there, I'm going to expand Chocolate Enterprises. I'm going to expand Data, and I'm going to select Chocolate Enterprises Sales Analysis, the first one. The second one is a cube, and an OLAP cube. We're not going to be messing around with cubes today. All right, so you can double-click on that, or if you right-click and I think right-click and select Open, that works too. But let's just double-click on it. And what that does is it puts me into a view table viewer. And you can scroll through this. If you use the scroll bar, it's kind of interesting that it shows you exactly where you are. Like I'm now on row 18,000, well 16,000 and something, right? It jumps me right there. Yeah, so that's kind of nice because it kind of keeps track of where you are as you scroll. A lot of other stuff you can do here. Let me just show you something real quick. You can leave this open if you want. I just want to show you, I'm going to X out of here with this little tiny X, not the main X, but the smaller X. That'll close this inset window. It should, there you go. And notice that this is my project, which was previously empty. Since I opened that table, this table is now on the project. It's now part of the project. It also shows up over here. So this project tree it's like I have two different ways of looking at the same project. On the left-hand side, I'll see it in a hierarchical way. In the project flow, I'll see it as a flow diagram. Okay, so these two panes show me the same project, just in a different way of looking at it. All right, so I'm going to double-click on this and bring my view table back up. And with the view table up, I'm going to use the Describe pull-down, and that's for descriptive statistics. I can do graphs. I can do different types of analysis. There's data types of tasks in Wizard. I'm going to use Describe for the descriptive statistics. And I want to characterize data. And this is a Wizard. I guess they just couldn't put Wizard on there. I'm not sure. But I'll select Characterize Data. And you'll notice immediately characterized data shows up in the project flow. All right? And that is the table that I want to use, so that's correct. So I'll click on next. And I want to do a summary report, check. I want to do a graph, check. I do not want to produce a new table. A SAS data set is a SAS table. I don't want that, so I'm going to uncheck that one. Okay, that's shown on page 2-14. I'll click on next. Now, with this, I do want to change this. I want to change this to a value of 10. What this is, remember what I said, is that characterized data is going to analyze every column. And one of the things it'll do is it'll give me a frequency count of every column. So if I do a frequency count of, let's say, customer ID, well, that might be unique for every row. So what I would